Hey guys, Alex here. Thanks so much for watching my dog training videos. Be sure to drop by my website, BrightDog.com, where you can pick up a copy of the official BrightDog Academy ebook, plus learn more about my private coaching program, where you can personally work with me one-on-one. Hey guys, Alex here for BrightDog Academy, and today we're going to talk about 3 things that humans do that dogs hate. Number 1, petting the dog's face or patting him on the top of the head. Now, whenever you see people meeting dogs, it's one of the most common things, right? People put their hand out, the dog sniffs, and then they go, oh, that's a good boy. But that is not something that dogs enjoy. Now, a lot of dogs will tolerate it, okay? But just because a dog tolerates something doesn't mean they actually like it. Now, I know you're probably thinking, okay, how the hell does this guy know whether or not dogs like to be petted on their heads, right? Well, when dogs are uncomfortable, they give warning signs. They lick their lips, they yawn, they blink, they look away. And you'll notice that when you do these certain behaviors, it's like touching dogs on the back of their top of their head, touching dogs on their back, another place dogs don't like to be touched. More often than not, you'll see these signs being displayed, which means dogs don't like it. All right, the second thing that dogs don't like: forcing your dog to interact with a person or another dog that they don't want to interact with. So it's very important to socialize your dog, right? I talk about when you have a puppy, a new adult dog, that they should be meeting 100 new dogs and 100 new people per month in order to properly socialize them. The key with that, though, is that socialization is at the dog's pace. You never want to force a dog into a situation they're not comfortable with, because when you force them into a fearful situation, you're actually going to make that fear worse. I'm sure there's people you don't like. There's a lot of people I don't like, and I don't force myself to interact with them. Well, it goes the same for our dogs. No matter how well socialized your dog is, there's just going to be certain people and certain dogs that your dog just doesn't click with, okay? And we need to not be oblivious to those signs. Look for the signs that your dog is saying, again, blinking, looking away, licking the lips, yawning. The signs that your dog is saying, hey, I don't like this person, I don't like this dog. And if that's the case, don't continue to try to force your dog to interact with them. All right, number 3, going for walks and not letting your dog sniff and explore. There's a lot of trainers who kind of preach this delusional way of walking where the dog has to be on a short leash, he always has to stay by your side, he's never allowed to go out in front of you, and if your dog's not walking like that, your dog's walking incorrectly, okay? And I think that's ridiculous. 9 out of 10 times when I take my dog out for a walk, we're going out for a walk for his benefit, not for me. So because of that, I'm not in a rush to get anywhere, and if my dog wants to stop and smell a bush for 5 minutes, I stand there for 5 minutes while he stops and smells the bush. And then we go another 2 feet, and maybe he finds a cool tree that he wants to smell for another few minutes, and he gets to stop and smell that, all right? I let my dog dictate the pace of the walk. Now you'll probably hear that, oh, if you're not in charge of the walk, then the dog thinks he's the leader, and more pack leader bullshit, all right? It's not true. When you're out for a walk, there's no correlation. Your dog is not trying to decide who's in charge because he's walking ahead of you or he's walking on the left of you. Your dog is paying attention to so many other things that whether or not he's ahead of you or to the side of you, it's going to make no difference in your dog's general behavior. So next time you take your dog out for a walk, don't be in such a rush to hurry him along, right? So often I see people taking the dogs for a walk, the dog starts to sniff, and all of a sudden people yank on the chain or the collar, harness, whatever the dog is on, and continue to walk. They never give the dog a chance to just stop and, literally smell the flowers. So keep that in mind. Next time you take your dog out for a walk, give him some time or her some time to explore and really check things out. Don't just rush the dog to walk, because think about this. A lot of the exercise and things that tires out our dog is actually mental stimulation. It's not just the physical act of walking. It's being out in public and smelling, seeing all the sights and sounds, seeing cars go by and peoples go by and skateboards go by, all right? That mental stimulation does just as much to tire out our dogs as the actual physical walk. So from now on, go slow with your walks. Let the dog dictate the pace.